What's poppin', gang? Man, you know what I'm saying? We here with another one for tonight. I don't know what time it is. Let me see, man. It's 12:32, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really got much to say. You feel me? But this is for top five unsolved mysteries that had got solved. You know what I'm saying? Some to spark my, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, let's go ahead and get to this motherfucker. And,
When a missing person case becomes cold after months or even years of not hearing anything, most people assume there won't be a happy ending. But some missing person cases can be resolved even when there seems like no hope. Number 5. When Stuart Higgett called his parents asking if he could borrow luggage, they didn't think anything was unusual. He was planning to move apartments in the near future, and they thought it was just him
I ain't gonna lie, dude ugly as hell, y'all. That nigga, I can't even judge the nigga, but that nigga, boy, hell no, oh God, what? That nigga look like a clay face ass nigga. Plastic man looking ass. I don't know.
to pack up. They were working, so they told him they would talk to him later. But it was the last time they would hear from him for 3 years. Stuart was a 24-year-old man from England when he disappeared in January of 2011. The holiday season had been a month of celebrating with his family and friends. Stuart's birthday was at the end of this old man from England when he
They saying that man.
Time they would hear from him.
They saying that man was gone for 3 years and they ain't realized that shit.
Man from England when he disappeared
after 3 years, they realized that nigga was missing. Like what, bro?
The holiday season had been a month of
bro.
celebrating with his family and friends. Stuart's birthday was at the end of December, and the last time his parents saw him was at a meal to celebrate the day. According to them, he seemed his normal self, chatting and joking as usual. The call to ask for the bag came about a week later on January 4th. He was currently living in a flat with 2 friends who saw him that morning. He was later seen on CCTV at a video store trading in some games, and then he vanished. Stuart was reported missing after his roommates said that he didn't come home that day, and a search began. It was out of character for Stuart to just leave when he vanished. Stuart was reported missing after his roommates said that he didn't come home that day, and a search began. It was out of character for Stuart to just leave without telling anybody.
Shit, that nigga was on them games, bro. That nigga had to took some days off, nigga. That nigga ain't fucking with y'all. Y'all know niggas, when niggas get new games, bro. You know a nigga ain't finna come to work. Oh God, nigga, it's finna be so cool. You might well say you ain't gonna see me for a week, nigga. I don't know. Niggas got their priorities fucked up. I ain't even gonna lie, nigga. What? If that new game dropped, nigga, I been waiting on that bitch since 2 years ago. Nigga, you don't think I'm gonna miss this week? Shit, I'll be alright.
It was only after Stuart disappeared into thin air that his parents discovered he'd been laid off from his job at a call center a few months before. He hadn't said anything about work during the birthday celebrations, and now his parents worried that he might have felt stressed and ashamed after losing his job. Strangely, police were able to discover Stuart, or at least his phone, had been in France the day after he vanished. His friends confirmed that he'd been looking at the Eurostar website shortly before the disappearance, so it seemed possible this was Stuart. Stuart was put on the International Missing Peoples Register, but there were still no sightings of him. It wasn't even certain if Stuart was still in France, or if he had traveled through Europe or even returned to the UK. On the 3-year anniversary of Stuart's disappearance, his parents made another appeal for information. His father had been working with the Missing People charity to try to find him, but this was the first time the case gained national media attention, and that seemed to do the trick. A few weeks later, police heard from a man in Germany claiming to be Stuart. Authorities were able to track the man down and confirm that this was the missing person. His parents flew out to Germany to be reunited with their missing son, after years of wondering what had happened to him. Today, Stuart lives a private life, but his father continues to raise money for missing people, even after Stuart was found. Number 4.
Shit, bro, hold up, bro. I don't even care how that nigga got mad. I wonder what the nigga was doing when he was missing. Like, what the fuck was you doing between time, bro? Like, you just call a nigga like, I told you, bro, that nigga needed a break from everybody. I would have disappeared on your ass too. Shit, what? Nigga. Facts. Oh, man.
Kevin Bear is a First Nations environmental activist who disappeared in November of 2021 and
tired of being a hero, plays a villain. Start as a humble
wow.
slave, devour enemies to evolve. Beat up ninja.
Remote area of Vancouver Island. The area was seeing massive protests against logging companies that wanted to work in an area of old-growth trees. In particular, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police had come under fire for their actions against protesters. Kevin had gone in their brown
anything, bro.
Oh,
go trees and shit, niggas out here growing trees and shit, producing trees.
Kept in touch with their family
weird,
throughout the journey.
It's kind of disgusting
They'd
right
reached
there.
Lake Cowichan by November 27th and called their family after they pulled over to rest for the night. While on the call, Kevin said they could hear someone knocking on the side of the van and was concerned that somebody may have been stalking them. The call would be the last time Kevin was heard from.
Nigga, pause. Nigga, pause. If you hear somebody knocking on the van, for one, bro, my first thing is niggas already know what I'm finna say, bro. Niggas should already know what I'm finna say, bro. How you ain't see the nigga walk up, bro? Nigga, the windows is fat as fuck, bro. You live close to the window, bro. Like, how the fuck you, nigga, you got mirrors all around you, bro. How the fuck you ain't see no nigga come up? Wait. That's wrong. You see how niggas be getting sneaked and shit. Like, this shit don't be making sense to a nigga, like. Well, like, they be seeing it, nigga, but they don't do nothing. Like, bro, what the fuck, bro? Fuck you was thinking between times, just like how they do was, bro. What you doing when you was gone, bro? Between, you was missing that shit, bro. Like, what the fuck?
And after a few days of silence, the family grew increasingly worried that something might have happened to them. But due to the actions of the police at the protest, the family wasn't sure if the police could be trusted to try to locate Kevin. Eventually, on December 11th, Kevin's family reported them missing. Air searches began, but they couldn't narrow down where Kevin might have been. On the ground, search and rescue teams wouldn't go ahead. The family tried to raise funds for their own search and rescue team, but with the cold Canadian winter already in full effect, there was a worry that it might be too late. Then, after 2 months of silence, Kevin's friends finally got a call they feared would never come. Kevin had been found and was now recovering at a restaurant in Lake Cowichan. They left Lake Cowichan and continued.
Boy, this some Game Boy shit right here, boy. This is like some games. Oh god, what the fuck? How the fuck is this nigga resting at the restaurant? Niggas out here just taking care of niggas and shit now. What the fuck, bro? This is not no video game, bro. We fuck around might live in that, you know what I'm saying? But oh god, this shit crazy. They said this nigga resting at
the journey on November 28th, only to get stuck in a remote and mountainous wooded area. For more than 70 days, Kevin remained in the van.
Boy.
They survived off of tinned food and melted snow to drink, but knew that survival like this wouldn't last for long. On February 7th, Kevin decided to leave the van and make it back to civilization. Walking along one of the remote logging roads, a pair of loggers came across Kevin 2 days after leaving the van. The loggers had seen the missing person flyers all over town and recognized Kevin as the missing individual. Kevin was shocked to discover just how long they'd been missing and were taken back to the town where the loggers gave them food for money. It was a surprising yet happy end to this missing person case. Number 3. It's always important to remember that not every missing person wants to be found, and not every missing person case is what it might seem on the surface. One of the most recent examples of this came with the case of Neil Aitken.
Before I start this, what y'all think they talking about, man? How you think this person got missing, y'all? This ain't no sport either, bro. So, yeah, I ain't trying to be funny either, but nah, for real, though. I mean, these people found, so, yeah. But, me, how you think this person got missing, bro? Last shit, they was on some, fucking, niggas chilling at
According to newspaper reports, in July of 2021, a man named Jerry Alkvist had taken in a homeless person who'd been acting strangely near his home in Sweden. According to Jerry, the man seemed disoriented and appeared to be homeless. The man was evasive, but said he was born and grew up near Leeds, England. Jerry took to Facebook to try to find the man's family, as he believed the man was probably a missing person, and eventually the post found its way to the family of Neil Aitken. Neil had gone missing in May of 2020. At first, it was believed he may have traveled to Scotland. His family claimed Neil had mental health problems and was suffering from psychosis and paranoid beliefs. Police have made appeals for information, but the case quickly fell from the public eye. Neil's family was able to confirm the man Jerry had found was the missing man.
Wow.
And statements were made about how they wanted to bring
I
Neil
ain't gonna
home.
lie, I used to do that shit.
Neil was taken to a hospital
I
in
don't know,
Sweden,
pretty sure.
but
I think this.
released
I
not
just thought
long
that was on
after.
some kid shit. You
And
feel me? I
Neil's
was just a
family
kid.
believed
I'm
that he
just
may
on
have
some shit
disappeared
like
again.
that.
They appealed
Nah,
for
thank you.
help, suggesting that he may
You be
not
like,
have
look,
a
I thought I
passport
was
and
a
had
model.
no
Ain't
income
it?
to survive on. However, this wasn't the case. It turned out Neil had disappeared of his own accord. He didn't get along with his family and was no longer in touch with them. He described the accusations that he was paranoid and mentally unwell as a smear campaign.
Be
made by
like
his
that,
family.
nigga. Be like
Neil
that.
had gone to Sweden to a work opportunity 4 years earlier and was living in what he described as a fully equipped mobile home with heating. He'd come across Jerry while trying to hitchhike home after going shopping and avoided his questions simply because he wanted his own privacy. He'd actually gotten in touch with the police shortly after the first missing person reports in May to clarify that he was alive and well, but this hadn't been enough for his family.
Facts, okay.
Neil has now
okay.
returned to the UK, but will likely
He ain't one of them people who
be
just
keeping
like
his distance from his
I'm here.
relatives. It's safe to say the majority of missing person cases aren't like Neil's, but it's always important to remember that people have a right to privacy, and there may be more going on than is public knowledge. Number 2. Police investigating the disappearance of sisters Anna and Kim Hoxie were skeptical that they would be able to come back to their family with good news.
They twins for real,
Helping
bro.
you make smarter decisions with Woo, the wearable health and fitness coach. It evolves with you.
Or any news at all. That's
Oh
because
God,
the
send
sisters
remorse,
had been
don't
missing
not
for more
remorse,
than
but
30 years with no trace of them.
Send prayers to my
After such a
people,
long
though.
time,
God,
it was
they
feared that
need
they would be
shit, bro.
untraceable,
Mama.
and that it would be
I
discovered
don't know what
something
happened. I
terrible
don't
had
got
happened
food,
to
you
them.
know what I'm saying?
But that wouldn't be the
man.
case. The two sisters disappeared from Lethbridge,
Shout out to
Canada
them,
in the
man. Shout out to them.
mid-1980s. Anna, the older of the two sisters, was estranged from most of the family, but was described as being inseparable from Kim. She had also been close to their father, but when he passed away in 1981, there was little tying her to the rest of the family. Not long after, both sisters cut all contact altogether and disappeared. The sisters were both adults, and their mother didn't report them missing. It wasn't until 2003 that they were
Clearly,
finally
we can see
reported
that.
missing. After
They
such
say they both was adults.
It was even thought that
You
they
can
may
clearly
have
see
become the
that shit.
victims of a serial killer named Robert Pickerton,
I'm off
who had
with you.
operated in the Vancouver area. DNA tests were conducted on his unidentified victims,
That
but
nigga, like, he
none were
played in the
matched
old
to the
80
sisters.
movies, scary movies
In
and shit back in the
2012,
kitchen.
a tip
Nasty
came
ass
through
nigga
about
like
a
a
book
Texas
written by
Chainsaw.
someone using an alias one of the sisters was known to
Well, in the
use.
franchise and
Police
shit.
tried to contact the publishers of the book, but got no response. At first, it was thought the lead went nowhere, but detectives continued to investigate the name and discovered the author had published a number of books. A more recent article gave a
Imagine
photo
really
of the
being
author and
detective, y'all
an
put
address to
clues
the
and shit
United
together.
States.
What happened? None of them
But
bitches really
officers
match
still
up, but
couldn't
them
be
motherfuckers
sure
just
this
match
was the
up all
missing
like,
woman.
you feel me? Ain't got nothing to do
Even
with
when they
that bitch
acquired
match
a
up. Like,
document
it's crazy.
where the author's next of kin was
God,
listed as her
that's kinda
sister,
weird to me.
they couldn't be sure. In February of 2017, police managed to get in contact with the woman they believed to be Kim. She hadn't used that name in over 30 years, but told police that she was the person they were looking for. She hadn't realized she and her sister were considered missing people.
Ooh, my
They just
God.
started their lives again and hadn't realized anybody had been missing them. Fingerprints confirmed the 2 people found in the U.S. were the missing women. Their mother had passed away 4 years earlier, but their 3 brothers were relieved to discover their sisters were still alive and hoped to reconnect. Number 1. There are plenty of missing person cases where the individual involved suffered from mental health problems shortly before they vanished. Sadly, lots of these cases end up resolved relatively quickly when a body is found, while in other cases, families are left wondering for years or even decades what happened to their lost loved one.
You're not the only one.
For the Philippa family from Toronto, Canada, it was hard not to fear the worst had happened after 35-year-old Anton disappeared in March of 2012. Anton was described as an individualist and had been a humanitarian worker. That role had seen him walk all over Canada. According to his family, he was somewhat comfortable walking around barefoot
bro. When niggas
and wanted to do
niggas
good.
go through it, boy, they
About
look
2
rough.
years before he vanished, Anton was diagnosed with schizophrenia. His family struggled to get him the help that he needed.
But y'all see this, bro? Y'all see this, bro?
First, it looked like he was making progress, but at the start of 2012, things rapidly went downhill. Anton was involved in an altercation that left him with assault and weapons charges. But before the case could go to court, he vanished. Anton's family found nothing out of place at his home. His passport and other important belongings were there, as well as all of his clothes and other possessions. It didn't look like he'd planned to run away, and the family believed something terrible had happened. Missing person flyers were handed out and put up in the local area, but there was no sign of Anton. There wouldn't be for another 5 years.
I know, I'll be seeing no bitches at
December
Walmart, bro. I'll be like,
2017
damn, bro,
before
people really missing,
would
bro.
finally get a call.
What?
saying that
I'm
his
finna be
brother
out here
had
like
been
Batman. What? I'm finna
But
mask up
Anton
on these
wasn't
niggas.
found in
No.
Canada. He was more than 10,000
I'm
kilometers
bored. I
away
got some
in
anger
Brazil.
issues too. See, I got some shit I want to release just like that, nigga.
Spotted a man that looked out of place walking along the side of the highway. At
That nigga,
first,
this
he
that
mistook
nigga.
him for a
God, it
beggar.
look like that nigga.
He was
that
wearing
nigga out
very
there.
worn clothes and had no shoes. His hair and beard were also long. But the officer got talking to the man and discovered
This
he was
nigga
from
look
Canada,
like Tarzan.
and his name was
His
Anton.
ass.
Anton was taken to a hospital where the
Nigga look like
police
Thor
tried to
in the
contact
first
his
movie.
family.
Nasty ass.
Before the family could be reached, he ran away again. Anton vanished in the state of Amazonas, a region known for
That
its
nigga
dangerous
gorilla. That
animals.
nigga lost.
There was fear that Anton made it all the way only to become the victim of a hungry crocodile. But thankfully, he was found again and taken to the hospital where he stayed until his family could be reached. Stefan flew down to be reunited with his brother, and the strange but true story of his disappearance came to light.
Alright, but we don't really care. We know he made it out. Man, we gone, man. Turn me up, bro. I hope y'all had a good night. Wonderful day, man. You feel me? And have a good day. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's a day or a new day. And I was talking about yesterday because, anyways. Y'all hear me out, man. Let's go crazy, bro. And see that shit through. And like and subscribe and share to your family and friends and co-workers. You know what I'm saying? Cousin, baby daddies, nigga, your trick and your side chick, your side nigga. Yeah, on my mama. Let's go.